What's up, guys? Currently it's 11:10 in the morning. It's Thursday, so I'm actually at work right now. Decided to work back home though, in my apartment, which I don't do a lot, but I ended up being out pretty late last night, and when my alarm hit at like 7, I was not trying to wake up and get ready because it's like a 30-minute commute, so decided to just stay home and work. So I was able to sit next to my computer, trade a bit, talk a little bit about that, and then kind of run you guys through the rest of my day. I just have a picture of LeBron because a lot of this stuff is client specific and stuff that I can't show, of course. So you guys can just appreciate that. But I'm going to talk a little bit about the markets. I don't normally eat breakfast, by the way. I'm just chugging a lot of water right now because I kind of need to. If you can't tell by my voice. But I'll probably be working until I'd say 12:30 or so, or whenever I get what I need to get done before I go on lunch break. And then I guess you guys will see what I make for lunch. I don't even know yet. It's probably going to be ass. I'm going to be honest. Probably is, but I guess we'll see. But I do want to talk a little about the markets before I hop back and do some more work, since I have you guys. And yeah, I don't know why we tanked. I probably should know. We definitely are for a reason. Again, I'm not keeping up with a lot of stuff. I'm sure if I go on Twitter, I can find out in like less than a minute. I'm not sure if it has to do with, let's see, Oval Office is trending. Can't be a good sign. Okay, it's probably with okay, we're not gonna engage in this propaganda here, okay? But there's a reason, and I'm sorry that I'm not gonna explain why. I'm sure if I research a little further I would be able to, but this move is certainly not by accident. Maybe there's data that comes in. Let's see, actually. Today. FOMC members. Okay, I have to imagine a lot of this is FOMC speaking. But yeah, this is a pretty crazy move today. My shares portfolio, I'm pretty sure most people's 401ks, traditional Roth IRAs are not doing too hot. When we first opened, I took a few trades that really kind of like shook me out of my positions, and it really wasn't great. Originally, actually, I was slightly bullish. I thought we were creeping up in the pre-market. We ended up dumping here, and I thought we would catch a bounce, catch some support around like 622 area, because you can kind of see us like bouncing kind of near these key levels. But after we broke down below and kind of have this confirmed move, if you look at this on the 5, you can see us. This is super clean, as you can see. Like, if you guys know how to chart, like you can see how clean these levels are. We kind of like fiddle with the 612.48 here. You can see the price action right here with these candles, like literally right here. And then what ends up happening? 1030 candle. We shoot below, and now what are we doing? We kind of consolidated below 612.48, and then we retouched right here. And then we rejected, as you can see, with this big red candle, and we're headed back down. Now, I'm not going to say we're going to head lower, but this is an area to look at. I will say the price action does look very bearish, where we're breaking levels, retesting, and like breaking back down, which is clear price action to the downside. But I'm not going to be entertaining any of this. Again, I'm not shooting for 10 trades a day, but where the markets are at right now, we are pretty far down. I wouldn't even say pretty. We're not even actually pretty far down is what I really mean. So there's a lot of downside to be had, if there is. I don't know how earnings exactly shaped out. I'd assume not amazing from what I've seen. So I'd just be wary, be cautious, and keep a little bit of cash to potentially buy at a dip, because this can definitely keep going down. But this move is pretty aggressive. That's what I have for now. Maybe I'll give you guys an update later today, but I'll catch you guys later for lunch. All right, so I just finished up making that meal. As you can see, I'm missing bacon because I ran out, but 2 eggs, Colby Jack cheese, and just regular white bread, banana milk, keeping it simple. It isn't obviously crazy filling. It's almost more so like like breakfast, but I think a breakfast sandwich like this is kind of big, and it is filling enough for me to get by. I don't like to go too heavy for lunch normally because it makes me kind of lazy, especially at post lunch. Sometimes I get tired, so I obviously want to be productive until the rest of the day's over. Rate the meal. Probably gonna say it's ass. That's fine. Just let me know. And I'll probably finish this up and then go back to work and see where the rest of the day takes me. I'll probably go grocery shopping later, and run some other errands, but I'll see you guys then. Also though, typically during lunch when I'm at work, I don't really, obviously I'm at work, so I'm probably talking to coworkers and whatnot, but since I'm back home, when I work from home, I like to be on my MacBook a ton if I'm not working, and that includes like tracking the market, being on Twitter, probably more so than I should be, and just, I don't know, messing around. I don't really do much. Try and stay away from my work when I'm actually eating, unless I have to do work, but right now it's okay. So I know I talked a little bit about the markets this morning. It looks like we've kind of bounced off that 612.48 area, which I kind of expected. I mean, we were down almost 2% on the day, which if you guys know how indices move, I mean 2% in one day is pretty crazy. I mean, even 1.4%, anything above like, I'd say like 0.3% is already a lot of a move on a major index like the NASDAQ. But we'll see how, I guess, the rest of the day turns out. I don't have open trades. I don't intend to trade, but again, I close out all my positions and I'll take wins when I get them. I think that's a mentality that I kind of switched since I've started working, which I've actually, it's served me well, and I'm going to keep moving like that. Or I'm going to keep that mentality where I'm chasing green days. I'm not chasing a certain profit number per day, like making 50 or $100 per day, or like 1% of my account per day. I'm chasing for green days, and it can be $3 on a day or 300. It doesn't matter to me. Again, I just want to see green. That's really it. So I'll keep you guys updated with anything that changes, I guess, for the rest of the day. But besides this, I'll probably go back to work, and then I'll catch up with the camera a bit later. Well, this is probably not the update you guys are looking for, but it is 10:30 now, and I am still online, which is kind of funny because I was talking about going grocery shopping, doing laundry. Yeah, none of that happened. I'm not gonna act like I was working non-stop, but I was on my computer for the whole day, and I'm definitely not voluntarily being online right now. Like, trust me, if I didn't have to be online, I wouldn't be. It is what it is, kind of is how it is. I remember in college, I used to work at like 1 a.m. to cram exams. I don't know if I ever recorded that, but people that know me definitely know that to be the case. So it's not that bad. I don't know. It might hit me a bit in the future when I get burnt out, because this won't last long. But as of now, you guys can appreciate this photo of LeBron. I'm probably gonna go make myself a turkey mayo sandwich. What's up, guys? It's currently 8:38. I got some Teams pings. And I booked 14 hours of work yesterday. It was fucking ass. Not like I worked a full 14. Obviously there was a lunch break and whatnot, but for the most part, 14 hours booked yesterday. I've been online since like 8:10, early 8 o'clock, which is, like I said, the good thing about being back home, because I could just roll out of bed. Sorry, I feel like I'm just getting sick as we progress, or it was just because I worked that many hours yesterday. That's why I sound like this. I don't know why, but yeah, I took a trade. It was a good trade, and I'm going to be probably not taking a trade. I might take an afternoon trade, but I won't look at the markets probably until noon, because I like to see, volume pick up after noon, 1 p.m. Central Time type of thing. But today, we ended up banging 150 on Robinhood Robinhood puts, and this wasn't even a heavy position. I ended up shooting up 100 and something percent in about 5 minutes, and that's the volatility you get if you trade 0 days on a Friday and you get a ton of volatility. I like the trade back to levels right here. We are at a key bounce zone. Like, you know, it might be obvious, especially if you're newer trading. We're down 1.18% again on the NASDAQ. We're down 4.3% today alone on Robinhood. We were down like 10% on Robinhood yesterday, so my shares are getting cooked. But yeah, it's easy to try and just short the wave and ride that wave. But I can see us maybe dipping a bit lower and seeing some kind of bounce in the afternoon session. Honestly, I'm not fully bearish for the afternoon session when I look at charts later. Obviously, it'll be very dependent on how the charts look, but I just don't know, like, you know, where we're at right now with the markets, with us dumping this much every day. I was talking about if we closed above 612.48 or opened above it today, we ended up gapping down another like percent, I think, and now we're at the lower bound of my buy zone. Can't say it looks very strong, obviously. I mean, we kind of literally, I was talking to a friend about this, we fell off a cliff since the end of October. It's been 7 days. Look at this market. Still going strong on my win streak ish, and yeah, I'm gonna probably give you guys an update. I'm gonna hop online, do some work, probably reconnect with you guys at lunch. But this is basically how my day is gonna look. Just sitting at this table, and hopefully it's not too boring. But yeah, I'll talk to you guys in a bit. Alright guys, so this is my second take because my SD card's actually full, so I'm going to make this quick. But I'm probably going to end the video off close to here. It is around lunchtime. I'm going to make myself probably some BS that no one wants to eat. But, you know, we are struggling out here. You know, just graduated. You got to do what you got to do. But enjoy this photo of Geno Smith, his garbage ass. Nah, I'm kidding. He's alright. No, he's not. I'm kidding. I don't know what I'm saying right now, but I did want to talk a little bit about the markets. Robinhood ended up actually flipping back green. If you guys didn't know, it was down like 4% this morning, which is crazy, which actually kind of makes me upset because I wanted to buy more shares and I was waiting a bit. You know, I wouldn't mind if Robinhood continued to dump. I don't know why we're back in the green, but I'm sure we're kind of due because the move that we've seen in Robinhood dropping this past week has been pretty wild. I know the entire market's been dropping, but obviously Robinhood's one of the more volatile stocks, and we've seen it retrace a ton. But as you guys can see, the market did kind of have a small recovery right now, and I am not taking any extra trades. I ended up taking another trade actually after the last clip, so as you can see, I'm up 215 on the day. I got really lucky on the last trade. I didn't deserve it. And this is one of the first times in a while where I felt FOMO. With this entire dump, I was trying to chase that short position, and I got pretty lucky that I actually made money because we ended up reversing, and I was very late to this move. So I just need to take a step back. I'm not going to take any trades again for the rest of the day, 100%. I'm just going to sit back and see where the market, you know, ends up at market close. But you can see us kind of bounce around the 600 range, which definitely checks out. I mean, QQQ being at 600, you can't just blindly short this. Obviously, we've dumped a ton, and I wouldn't be surprised if we dump next week as well. We have a red week, but gotta play it by ear. It's day to day. It's super volatile, and we'll see what next week gives us. Let me know what you guys want to see next. If you guys like this type of content or you guys want to see something different, but yeah, leave a like or not. Maybe leave a comment. I like to read comments. And then, yeah, that's about it. I'll see you guys in the next video, though, hopefully. Hopefully I don't have to work for too much longer past 5 p.m. today. We'll see how that goes. But yeah.